Hey guys, Ashley here, also known as the Easily Sam, and I'm back here with another video. Unfortunately, it's not about Gossip Girl. Like I said, I'm deciding to maybe keep that for Fridays only. I did that rant, the Serena Dan rant, I believe on a Friday. So every Friday there will be a Gossip Girl rant. If I don't do it Fridays, then it will be on weekends. So I'm going down to my two final rants of Gossip Girl. I'm not gonna tell you guys what they are because they're surprises, but just know that you know. And then I feel like after I'm done doing my Gossip Girl rants, before I start my Vampire Diaries rants, I thought that I would just talk about some things, some other rants that I want to go on. There's some about Total Drama because I recently just rewatched all the Total Drama, and I want to talk about that. And I want to do another movie review on 13 because I did a first one about it, but I kind of want to redo another one because I just watched it recently, so I can give you guys a little refresher on my thoughts on the movie. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Oh, and you guys, some more WWE series reviews. I noticed that a lot they don't get a lot of views on my channel, but me personally, I can care less about the views on my channel. I'm just posting what I like, and I've always watched WWE series that people make. Just want to get my thoughts on YouTube. Whether you guys watch it or not, I really don't care. I just want to talk about them. It's just something different. So that's the intro. But today I want to talk about why I think the Elizabeth, Will, and Jack love triangle in Pirates of the Caribbean has got to be one of the worst love triangles that I have ever experienced in my life. And I kind of went on this rant when I talked about Jack and Elizabeth when I said that it seemed like there was a missed opportunity there, and it seemed like it was supposed to be something, but they never elaborated on it enough for it to become something. And to me, I feel like the love triangle, they were kind of setting this up in the second movie when Elizabeth kissed Jack, but not even when she kissed him. It was like I said, a lot of sexual a lot of sexual tension between her and Jack. Her and Will weren't really together mostly in the second movie. She spent a lot of her time with Jack, so it seemed like they were just kind of like building something up between her and Jack, like some sexual tension, the sexual energy. There were a lot of sexual innuendos about them both being curious about certain things. And like I said, I think Jack kind of represents everything that Elizabeth wants to be. She wants to be free. She wants to be able to do her own thing. She wants to be her own person. And I think she was very curious. And I do think she was sexually interested in Jack. But I would have loved if they would have explored her and Jack a little bit more than just sexually. I would have loved to see if there could be any emotionally understanding there, or if they could ever understand each other emotionally. I understand that sexual tension is a big thing in the world. I get that. You definitely should be attracted to somebody if you want to be with them. But me personally, I'm always about the emotional stuff. Like, I want to be able to talk to you and understand you and be able to relate to what you think about the world. If I can't talk to you and if I don't feel any chemistry here, then I don't care about having sex with you. I can care less about that. I want to be able to understand you as a human being. And I feel like we never got that chance to see that side of her and Jack because everything after the second movie was immediately dropped. Like I said, I never had anything against her and Will. It was obvious that they were going to end up together. But I think the biggest problem between her and Will was that there was never any obstacle standing in their way outside of the fact that he did become the next Flying Dutchman. There was just nothing standing in their way. Like, it would have been very interesting to see someone stand in the middle of their way. Not only Jack, but like, do y'all remember that other guy? I don't know his name. He was the guy in the first movie that asked Elizabeth's hand for marriage. Elizabeth and him kissed in the third movie, and then he just died. I remember thinking, like, what the fuck was the point of that? Why did she kiss him? Like, what was the point of that? Like, it was just stupid. I was thinking, like, they got her being like a little bit of a hoe. Like, she in love with Will, but she giving Jack the side eye, and then she kissing this other guy. It was just like, what the hell are they doing? And then we get to the third movie. Her and Will are on the out because Will thinks that she has feelings for Jack, but yet her and Jack have not had really. Her and Jack did not have a lot of interactions. They don't even talk about the kids. They don't talk about any of the things that were discussed or explored in the second movie at all. So I'm trying my hardest to understand how the hell this was even a love triangle. Like, Miss Mojo has a list of, I think, top 10 movie love triangles, and this was on the list. I remember thinking, like, this was not a love triangle. It wasn't. There was no back and forth energy. There was no her being with him, her being interested in him. It was none of that. I do think she was interested in Jack, but it wasn't explored, is what I'm basically saying. None of it was explored enough for me to even consider it a love triangle. It wasn't. It was like Jack was not even a non-factor. And then, like, her and Will didn't even talk about any of it. They just got kind of like back together in the end of 3. They kind of just got back together. They kind of got married right there. Just stupid. I think the writing for that whole situation is just very dumb, very lazy. I never intended this video being long because I made a video about this before on why I thought it was a failed love triangle, and I always said on the fact that why I thought it was a failure was because they didn't explore Jack and Elizabeth any further. They didn't explore it any further, and I feel like it was just stupid. I just feel like, what was the point of her kissing him if they weren't going to explore it? I feel like you just don't kiss anybody just for the sake of it. Like I said, there were a lot of other ways she could have gotten Jack. She could have gotten the handcuffs on him. A lot of other ways. She didn't need to kiss him or get the handcuffs on him. There could have been a lot of other ways. She could have just, like, put them on. She could have, like, been like, I always knew you were a good man. You know, she didn't have to kiss him. She could have just put him right on him. I just feel like she did kiss him because she was sexually into him. I definitely think they were both into each other, but for them to not elaborate on it at all in the third movie, still to this day pisses me off because you waste Johnny and you waste Keira Knightley. You waste their chemistry. They had really great chemistry in the first and the second movie, and to just waste it on not elaborating on it a little bit further, I feel like it just pissed me off. Like, if you wanted her and Will to be together, have them be together. If you weren't going to even try to put an obstacle in the way, then leave it the fuck alone. And that's just how I feel, and that's where it stays with me. And Will and Elizabeth are not in the fourth movie. Will was in the fifth one, but he had like he was in the beginning of it. And then at the end of the fifth one, when they reunited, when he came back on land, because they found a way to defeat the curse in the fifth one, there's a scene where Jack is looking through, what they call it? I'm going to call it a binocular. He's looking through a binocular, and he's like really jealous seeing her and Will hugging up on each other and kissing. I've always felt like, what's that about? Why is he so jealous? It's just stupid. Like, I can't even like rant on it or elaborate or have make it make any sense because nothing about nothing about Elizabeth and Jack was elaborated on at all. And it irritates me. This has got to be one of the most laziest and stupid love triangles I've ever seen. And the younger me, when I first got into Pirates of the Caribbean, I always thought this was such a great love triangle. Nope. Looking back at it at 21 years old, it has to be one of the most dumbest love triangles. It didn't make any sense. It was really not elaborated on. There was no effort put behind this love triangle to make anyone care to choose a side for her. Even though I've always felt like I just been team Sparrowbeth, I just always been into them. I feel like all we'll just have is just what could have been between them, between Elizabeth and Jack. We'll never really have what could have been done. We'll just always have what could have been instead of what could have been done. And I feel like if they were smarter, they would have put her and Jack together. To me, that would have been a little bit smarter. But like I said, I didn't intend on this rant being long. I just wanted to get my frustrations out. And the reason, I'll say it again so don't feel confused, the reason why I think this little triangle failed is because there wasn't enough depth. There wasn't enough, it was lazy. If I could just sum it up into one word, very lazy and not enough effort put into it. So that has been my rant for today. Like, comment, and subscribe, and look out for my last 2 Gospel rants coming next Friday.